aid of optimization processes of like agriculture, healthcare, and space studies, naval and defense sector, and even in healthcare. So today we will discuss with our honored panel experts in various fields. Let's begin with introducing our distinguished guests. Firstly, Major Sripala, expert in defense and space studies. Next, Dr. Prasanna, expert in agricultural and healthcare. Lastly, Chief Supply Chain Officer, Ms. Pooja, specialist in supply chain management. I warmly welcome to the panel experts in this session. Please take your seats. Thank you. So, over the last 5 years, Mandalka has been making headlines across hospitals, defense organizations, and even in space agencies. The term is business intelligence, simply known as BI. But here's something interesting. When our team spoke to our few students outside this morning, like question, what is business intelligence? Like they were answered, it is maybe artificial intelligence, or some members answered like it is another computer software. And shockingly, few of them answered like, we have been hearing this term as at first. So today, to answer those queries, business intelligence through real life examples in various sectors like agriculture, supply chain, healthcare, and even space agencies, we are going to discuss in panel discussion. So, before we explore into different sectors, firstly, the most basic question, what is business intelligence? So here, Ms. Pooja, many of our viewers have been hearing this term business intelligence for the very first time. And what business intelligence exactly is, and is artificial intelligence and business intelligence are they the same?
Thank you, Shurya. First, I will take an example. Suppose you are a student from a college and every day you receive exam results, attendance sheets, exam fee, and the student complaints. So all this information is useful, but because it is stored in different places, it is difficult to find the exact information in the correct time. So here business intelligence helps gather all the information together, it studies the data and it gives the exact information in the correct time, and it helps to take good decisions in a quick time. So as we say in simple words, business intelligence converts the raw data into meaningful information. And as we say, artificial intelligence and business intelligence is not same, because AI makes machines perform tasks like a human, but business intelligence, it doesn't think and it doesn't make any decisions. Only it analyze the available data and it give meaningful information, and the final decision is taken by the human. So we can say AI tries to imitate the human intelligence, whereas BI is supports the human intelligence.
That's quite easy to understand this picture. Now, it helps the people to make smarter decisions by using right information. So thank you, Pooja. So our next discussion is on naval and defense sector. So when we think about defense, we usually imagine soldiers, warships, fighter aircrafts, and advanced weapons. So in defense sector, in today's generation, the real information has been known as powerful weapon. So here, as it becomes just as a powerful weapon, in Sripala, how it is business intelligence helping our defense forces.
First of all, Ms. Yogya, thank you for having us here today. Yes, absolutely, you're right. In defense, we receive 1,000 pieces of information every day. So our officers cannot read all those information, and it will take a lot of time. So we use business intelligence to make information sorted, integrated in one place so that important information can be used for the quicker decisions.
That sounds useful. But many of people may think that these officers can do themselves. Then why do they require business intelligence?
Yes, that was a common question everybody asked. So yeah, our officers are very knowledge and they have very good knowledge and experience on this. But as in defense, we have to take decisions very quickly because the actions outcomes will going to affect whole country. So we rely on business intelligence to get the information sorted so that the actions can be taken on time. So the whole thing is about right information at the right time.
Can you give us a real world example? And does BI helps only during emergency cases?
Yes, I'll give you an example. For example, an unidentified ship comes to the coast of our country. So what BI does is it compares the data of the ship with the previous records. Okay, if there is any unusual movement with the ship, the BI alerts the team so that we can take any necessary action. No, BI is not used in defense only in emergency purpose. It is used in day-to-day operations also, like fuel usage, equipment maintenance, like preparing schedules. So this saves time and reduces cost.
So today's defense is not about a powerful weapons. It's also about making the right decisions by using right information. So thank you, Ms. Shripala. Now let's move from the protecting our nations to one who feed our nation is agricultural sector. So we have just heard how business intelligence protecting our borders. Now agriculture sector supports millions of Indian families. Throughout the year they will work hard even though they face pest attacks, unpredictable weather and even market fluctuating prices. So Ms. Prasanna, can you give us a discussion on business intelligence really make farming better?
And yes, it definitely can. People often think that farming is based only on experience. Experience is important, but information is equally important. Now imagine if a farmer has various thoughts such as which crop should I sow in the soil, what are the weather conditions, what is the soil condition, will my crop yield the harvest, will the harvest be successful. So BI analyzes all this data from previous records and then gives solutions to the farmers.
That sounds interesting. Can you explain with an example? Many people believe that it is useful only for large farms with expensive technology. Is that
Not at all. Now imagine I as a farmer would want to sow cotton. So now business intelligence helps me to understand my soil condition and whether the weather conditions and is it the right time to sow. Suppose if the weather conditions are bad, it's a heavy rainfall, then my crop can wait. But if the weather conditions are good, then I can go for a full harvest.
so? Apart from cultivation, it is also helpful after the crop is harvested.
Yes, it definitely can because if you see it, after the harvest, it totally depends on the market. So the business intelligence helps to forecast the market because it only depends on demand and supply. If the prices are high or the prices are low, it depends only on the farmer now. If he wants to sell, he can sell. If he doesn't want to sell, he can do it.
So business intelligence supports farmers from planning to the crop to selling the harvest. So thank you, Prasanna. That's a very practical explanation. From farms, let's move to the journey where products would take reaching our homes, that is supply chain. So our next discussion is on supply chain. So we have learned from how business intelligence helps farmers make better decisions. But once crop is harvested and product got manufactured, the real challenge begins. So how do they deliver the right products to the right person at the right time at the right place? And we all are also experiencing delayed deliveries. Product goes out of stock. Then this Pooja, where does business intelligence fit into the supply chain?
So here most people think supply chain means only transporting products, but it is more than that. So if one product is passes from one stage to different stage, there are so many stages like manufacturing, storage, transportation, and finally delivery to the customer. So if one stage is delayed, then whole process will be to identify quickly the exact problems.
So can you give us a real world example so viewers can also relate?
Of course. So let's take an online shopping. You ordered a laptop and you expect that it arrived in tomorrow. So first business intelligence check whether the product is available in warehouse and the availability of stock and about the weather condition and if any traffic will delay. If it predicts delay, then the companies will immediately change the product from send the product from the another warehouse or it will choose the another one. So then this will help to avoid the customer disappointment.
That's interesting. So business intelligence is not only about solving problems and it's preventing from before they happen because they prevent the future. So companies avoid shortages and reduce waste and improve customer satisfaction and everyone benefits, right?
Yes, exactly. Here the biggest strength is this, and the companies will get to know the customer demands also. For instance, let's take a festival like Diwali. So here sales of sweets, clothes, and electronics products will increases. So here business intelligence studies the previous year sales, and if it predicts higher demand, then the companies will increase the stock in advance instead of waiting for the stocks shelves become empty.
So thank you, Ms. Kasha. So far we have been discussed agriculture, healthcare and supply chain. So but what happens where the data comes from hundreds of kilometers from above Earth? That is space studies. We are going to discuss about space studies. So can business intelligence support space missions as well? In what way? So Ms. Sripala, how is business intelligence helping the organizations like ISRO and how they would manage the data?
Like ISRO gets data from satellites, exactly as you said. So BI is used in this, like BI gets the data from the space, like satellites. Okay. So what business intelligence does is, just like I told in defense sector, business intelligence sorts the data. Like satellites, there are not only satellites that the space sector is getting the information. It gets information about like weather forecast and more about like natural disasters, right? So what BI is used in this slide. So BI sorts the data which is important, which is emergency and which should be focused first. Like for example, I tell you there are 10 informations and reports that I have got from the satellite by ISRO. So ISRO doesn't read all those 10 things and divide it to the particular department. So BI does the what is important, like which among 10 which should be focused first. It is done by the BI and then other decisions taken by the ISRO or any other space organization.
That's huge amount of explanation. So BA directly benefits the people. So apart from weather forecasting or launching rockets, it also supports missions in any other way.
Yes, of course. So, I'll tell you an example. For example, a cyclone is approaching near our Indian coast, like Bay of Bengal. So what BI does is, it will check the speed, how much speed it is coming, and it will alert the warning in advance, right? So nowadays, without BI, earlier days, without BI, it was difficult. Like before half an hour or before 1 hour, the scientists are telling that the cyclone is going to come and they have to vacate the place, right? So BI does, what BI does is it will tell the information in advance so that the problems can be solved in advance.
So BI is not about loss the rockets. It's making the people sure the every decisions are making the right information, every right decision has been taken.
Yes.
So thank you, Ms. Sripala. From protecting lives through the space technology, we're going to enter into the where our lives are safe. Hundreds of patients were live. Our next discussion is about hospitals. So our final discussion is on healthcare. Every day, hospitals would handle hundreds of patients, medical reports, test reports, and even in emergency cases. Then, Ms. Prasanna, with so much of information being generated, how does business intelligence help in hospitals providing better care?
So basically, health is the most important factor of a human being. Hospitals don't just treat patients. They have to manage the doctors, nurses, the medicines, the number of beds, and various other factors. So business intelligence organizes this data based on the emergencies also, and it organizes the information in a practical and an easier manner for the doctors to understand which needs more care and which needs to be done at a faster pace.
Let's take a short break.
Wow. ఐడియా రావడం గొప్ప.
So let's get back. Welcome back. So Ms. Prasanna, many people think that technology makes healthcare less personal. So does business intelligence reduce the role of doctors?
No, it doesn't reduce the role of doctors. Doctors are the important part. They have to treat the patients, but it makes it easier for them because the business intelligence helps the doctors to know the patient's previous records, and it gives an idea like what's the condition of the patient to have the further studies.
Thank you. It's a wonderful point. So whether it's defense, agriculture, supply chain, or healthcare, the role of business intelligence remains the same. The thing is turning the information into better decisions. So thank you, Ms. Prasanna. As we come to end today's panel discussion, let's quickly reflect on what we have learned today. So, business intelligence is not about artificial intelligence. It doesn't replace human thinking. Instead, it supports to take smarter decisions and faster and improved decisions. So, today we saw how it helps in different sectors. Like in different sector, so it's okay. It helps our defense forces respond quickly to potential threats. And in supply chain, it improves supply chain so products could reach customers efficiently. And in healthcare, agriculture supports farmers in making better decisions. So one thing is absolute. The future does not belong to one who simply collects the data. It belongs to one who collects the data and invests in the right information wisely. So, and that's what exactly business intelligence does. So, thank you to all our panelists for joining us today, and to our also audience for joining in our PI News Live. I am Shivapriya signing off. Have a good day.